Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Cover Zero podcast, the show where I cover the least in the best way possible. I'm your host, Jason Wells. Today is Friday, October 4th. Another week of football to preview for you all. Another week of injuries to recap for everybody too. Basically a quarter way through the season at this point. Things are starting to shape out. We got some good matchups this week, though, and I'll get to all of that very shortly. I am joined right now by a very special guest, huh, Lucy? Yeah. I got a dog. This is Lucy. Apparently, I'm making her tired. Am I that boring? Yeah, but she is the best. I hope that she stays up with me for the entire show here. But yeah, Lucy, look, who's that? You're not looking at all. Yeah. Oh, I'm probably bugging you, aren't I? I'll just get into the episode then. So this episode going to be my NFL weekly update, filling in the gaps of things that you might have missed around the NFL world. Go into the Week 5 preview, do the blind Thursday Night Football recap. Bye, Lucy. Thank you for coming. Great guest. But I will start off with the NFL weekly update here. So we got some injuries, less than it's been, which is good, I guess, but still got a few big ones. Jalen Phillips out for the year with a knee injury. Keeps getting worse for the Dolphins. Simple as that, and I will talk about that game because, yikes, that's a bad one. Speaking of the other team in that bad game, David Andrews, the Patriots' longtime center, he is out for the year with a shoulder injury. That sucks. Shaq Thompson out for a year, the longtime Panthers linebacker. He is done. Brandon Cooks has a knee infection from an earlier surgery this offseason. That's concerning. Like an infection on somewhere that's already been operated. That's a very, very weird thing. Hopefully that sorts stuff out. He's back in a couple weeks. Rashee Rice is apparently okay after what looked like a devastating knee injury from Patrick Mahomes. He is walking fine. Still expected to miss a few weeks, obviously, but more like the Jordan Love injury compared to what it could have been. Same deal, I assume, anyways. I'm no doctor. Christian Watson, ankle sprain. He will be missing a couple weeks. DeMarcus Lawrence has a foot injury. He's missing multiple weeks. And then Micah Parsons is hopefully only going to miss a game. It might be 2 games, but those are the major injuries to report on for this week anyways. In other weekly update news, Von Miller has been suspended for 4 games for violating the personal conduct policy. If you don't remember, around this time last year, Von Miller was charged for a domestic violence allegation. Nothing really came of it, just kind of swept under the rug, but the NFL likes things to play their due process, so due process apparently played out. Von Miller started playing good football, and the NFL's like, okay, now's a good time to suspend you. So he is gone for the next month of the season. That's a big loss for the Bills' defense. We'll see how they perform. They have a tough test this week. Devontae Adams has officially requested a trade from the Raiders. I talked about it a bit on the Wednesday show about where he could potentially be. And we have some more suitors, and kind of the top 3 is rounding out. The Jets are obviously the number 1 choice. It's the number 1 choice for Adams. It's the destination that makes more sense. Back with Rodgers, back with his old coaching staff, and a Jets team that you can see why it could be a very good team, could be a potentially great team, but has just been very average throughout the start of the season so far. Lots of time to fix things out, but seems like just, a way for Joe Douglas to have one last shot at saving his job, saving Robert Saleh's job, on making a move like this. But I don't know. That's the number 1 spot anyways. The Steelers have been interested. Obviously, they were interested in Ayuk the entire summer. That deal was very close to landing. They missed out. Maybe they look at Devontae to come in now that they've started 4-0. No, they lost last week. They lost to the Colts, starting 3-1 anyways, leading that AFC North division. And maybe it's like, hey, let's add to our offense a little bit. Pickens Adams, that would be an insane duo. We'll see, and then the last one was the Bills, where this is a bit of a weird one for me because the Bills made a point this offseason to get rid of their diva wide receiver. Diva in air quotes for the people just listening. Move off that money and then to trade for a guy a couple weeks into the season of him, it's been working. Obviously, outside of last game, the Bills' offense has looked very good. It's looked well-rounded. We're just immediately being like, okay, I retract what I said this offseason, and we need a true number one. It's a little counterintuitive, seeing as that they took a bunch of dead money on with cutting Diggs and allowing him to walk to the Texans. So maybe a move that just doesn't make sense. Maybe this is a move in a couple weeks, see what the Browns are doing with Amari Cooper, but I don't think the Bills will make this move immediately because I do think that their weapons are good enough. Shakir's been awesome. Kincaid's been good. Coleman's had his moments. Curtis Samuel, Mac Hollins, they have a good group of players. Just let's see in a couple weeks anyways with them. And finally, last note here, one that I actually missed throughout the week. Jason Peters is back at the age of 42, back with Seattle, where he spent most of last year. It's a good addition. I don't care how old he is, just his presence, his voice in that locker room, in that offensive line room, in those meetings, it matters, and it matters a lot. This is a very young offensive line, so to have someone like Jason Peters bounce things off of, and I'm pretty sure that Jason Peters started in 8 games last year. That's not ideal, obviously, if you're the Seahawks, but still someone who's capable. Anyways, will it be across the entire season, across multiple games? No, but I trust Jason Peters in there to play good football, a couple snaps a game, maybe one full game, give him a break the next week, but Jason Peters, still a quality football player in my mind. That is the NFL Weekly Update. Let's start, So next up, the blind Thursday Night Football recap. Just making sure. Okay, I knew it. Blind Thursday Night Football recap. The Buccaneers and the Falcons, an NFC South Division title clash. These are the two teams that I do expect to be in the fight at the end of the year. Maybe the Saints, I don't know yet, but it's not a great division, obviously. It wasn't a great game, but the Falcons do come away with this one after some concerns about Bijan and his workload, and maybe Tyler Algier is stealing some carries. No, Bijan put all of those rumors away. He scored 2 touchdowns in this one against a pretty good Bucs defense with Vita Vea plugging in those holes. He wasn't enough. Bijan and the Falcons offense were moving. Another game with no Antoine Winfield for the Bucs. They are looking to get their defensive captain back in the mix, and Kirk was able to exploit that one of the best safeties not being there for the Falcons. Drake London was making his plays. Kyle Pitts, welcome back. We've missed you these last couple weeks. It was a good game, though. Baker and that offense still got it going. Bucky Irving clearly is the better back than Rachaad White. Just give up on Rachaad right now. I think it's Liam Cohen, their offensive coordinator. Just give Bucky the touches. It was a good one. It was a good one at the end of the day. Final score, 28-24 for the Falcons. Little high scoring, I know, but I do expect this to be a high scoring game. That is the blind Thursday Night Football recap. Let's go right into the Week 5 preview. Starting off with the London game. That's right, we get a London game this week. Set those alarm clocks early. There will be football. My number 17 ranked Jets going against the number 2 Vikings. Vikings 2.5. Total set at 40.5. This game is in London. Probably means it's going to be a bad game because the jet lag is real and London unders are definitely a real thing. But more importantly, this is the Sam Darnold revenge game going against the Jets after casting him off, telling him he's a bust. No, he's not. Real talk, though, this could be a Sam Darnold come back down to earth type of game. This Jets defense, while I don't think they're as good as they've been in the last couple years, they've taken a lot of injuries so far to start this year, it is still a very good defense. And I think Sam Darnold has been playing, obviously, awesome. I still don't buy it completely. I think that Sam Darnold is a good quarterback in this league, which is very weird to say. But I took too long with Geno Smith. I don't think I'm waiting around that long with Sam Darnold. But I think that Darnold, after he is kind of close to leading the MVP race right now, I think he will have more of like a middling type game. But I think that everyone will have a middling type game just because the game is in London. The jet lag is crazy. Don't have much time to practice while you're over there. It's just bad football. We always give London a bad football product no matter what teams we send over. And on paper, this should be a pretty good game. The Jets, after losing last week, seemed a little bit dysfunctional in terms of players and coaches. And when I say that, I mean Aaron Rodgers and Robert Saleh. Yeah, they look a little dysfunctional right now. Maybe the Eagles of the AFC. But yeah, after a embarrassing loss to the Broncos, I don't care what the weather was, embarrassing loss to the Broncos, they need to bounce back. And the AFC is absolutely wide open right now. I'm confident in the Chiefs, obviously, the Bills, and the Ravens. Everyone else, I'm like, I don't know yet. The Jets, I think, are probably the closest team to, I won't even say like getting into that tier, but making it into a tier below. Because right now, everyone's jumbled. Like the Steelers, the Dolphins realistically still have a chance if we win. I'll get into that. But yeah, it'll be tough for this Jets offense. Brian Flores has just been absolutely cooking. Garrett Wilson, I'm expecting another tough game from him. Gilly will be getting that matchup. I do expect the Vikings to win, obviously. I do think the Vikings are the better team, the better coach team. I think they'll have the better game plan. But, yeah, I'm not expecting a good game. It's in London. Bad games happen in London consistently. So on to the Sunday afternoon games here. We get to talk about it immediately. That's so much fun for me. My number 31 ranked Dolphins versus the number 26 ranked Patriots. This is not my worst matchup of the week somehow. I don't know how. But yeah, Patriots -1, total set at 36.5. This game is virtually a pick'em at this point, but the season is on the line here, Dolphins. If we lose this game to this Patriots team, heads will roll, people will need to start getting fired, because I don't care. I can, okay, we can lose to the Titans. At least the Titans have playmakers. Pollard can make plays, Spears, Ridley, Hopkins, whatever. The Patriots have no one. They're talking about maybe starting Antonio Gibson at running back. That's not good. We have Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane, OBJ is maybe, he's back at practice anyways, like, we have to win this one. And I have a little bit of hope if we do win this one. Lots is happening in the AFC right now where if we do win this one, little bit of hope that we can still be a playoff team. Again, little bit of hope, but if we lose this game to even, okay, I talk shit about the Patriots offense. They've got nothing to work with, no bright spots at all on the offense. I take that back. Like, Jalen Polk has looked very good as a rookie, just no one can get him the ball. Same thing with Pop Douglas. But the defense, though, even the defense that I do like is extremely banged up. No Juwan Bentley. Kyle Duggar is hurt. It's Keon White and it's Christian Gonzalez. That is it. That is it. Like, we should be able to make plays. We outmatch them everywhere. And again, we lose Jalen Phillips. That's a huge loss, but I believe in the rest of that defense. I believe in Javon Holland and Jalen Ramsey and Calais Campbell and Zach Sealer. We're the better team. We're the better roster. It should be simple, but I don't know. Mike McDaniel says that he's reevaluating everything for this week, and I better see a completely different game plan on offense, or I'm going to be pissed. Simple as that, but I don't know. Dolphin season is literally on the line. I haven't had to say that for a couple years when, yeah, we're going into week 5, and this is make or break. This is make or break on the season. Extremely sad. Don't like talking about it. Patriots, we'll talk about you and Drake May plays, but like until then, who cares? The number 23 ranked Panthers going against the 20th ranked Bears. Bears -4, total set at 41.5. DJ Moore revenge game or an Andy Dalton revenge game? I don't know. Andy Dalton back-to-back revenge games for him, technically. But no, this is definitely the DJ Moore revenge game. Traded in that deal to get Bryce Young, get the number 1 overall pick. And DJ Moore hasn't played great this season. Some may say it's the Shane Waldron effect. I might be some of those people, but DJ Moore is still a very good player. And if I'm a betting man, Shane Waldron and this Bears offense has probably been scheming ways to get DJ Moore the ball in this one. While as nice as the Panthers story has been, I'm kind of expecting it to take a bit of a drop here. The Bears defense is very good, and while the Panthers have been able to move the ball, run the ball well, their offensive line has been great so far. I just think that the Bears outmatch them, and especially the Bears offense versus that Panthers defense. And at the start of the year, it was a Panthers defense that I had a lot of hope about, but now no Derek Brown, no Shaq Thompson. The secondary is a little iffy in general. This might be a game where Caleb starts to unleash the clip, get the passing game going. This offensive line shouldn't be overwhelmed by the Panthers' pass rush, and if they are, they got much bigger problems. But yeah, I like DJ Moore. I like his over for his yards. I think Caleb Williams will have a big game passing the ball, and I just don't think the Panthers will be able to keep up with it. I guess we will see. I could be proven wrong. I'd love to see Xavier Leggett have a huge game, but we will keep going. Next game up, my number 16th ranked Colts going against the number 28 Jags. Jags -3, total set at 46.5. Anthony Richardson should be playing in this one. He just feels sore after getting that hip injury and leaving the game. So that's good news for me, anyways, as a Anthony Richardson owner in multiple leagues right now. But this line makes sense to me, though. While I do think the Colts are the better team, the better coach team, they have been... Oh, I'm going to sneeze. I apologize profusely. That was gross. But yeah, while I do think the Colts are the better team, it is, what version of Anthony Richardson are we going to get? Are we going to get a guy who can turn this Colts offense into a top 10, top 5 offense in the league? Or is it going to be the guy who turnovers, misses throw, bottom 10 offense, can't move the ball? That's kind of what we're wondering about. But on the same side, what are we going to get from the Jags? Like, the Jags played well last week. They should have beat the Texans last week. But that's the best game of football they've played in quite a while, and it still wasn't a good game. Yeah, it's a season-defining moment for the Jags. I think if the Jags do lose this one, Doug Peterson, Press Taylor should both be gone. Ryan Nielsen should be named the interim. Yeah, I don't really know. This is not going to be a good game. I think the Colts... I've been picking the Colts too much every week. The Jags have it in them. They have it in them to be a pretty decent team. We just haven't seen that in a long time. And then, yeah, which version of Anthony Richardson are we going to get? I don't really know. Jonathan Taylor probably isn't playing in this one, too, so that's a big swing. But, yeah, not a lot to really like in this game whatsoever. Moving on here, the number 5 ranked Bills versus the number 7 ranked Texans. Bills -1, total set at 47.5. Stephon Diggs revenge game. And I'm sure that he is feeling like it's a bit of a revenge game. I'm sure there's much love for many of the players and staff on Buffalo, but after the Bills 3-0 start, Josh Allen said it's a fun and wonderful thing. You got a bunch of guys that don't care about stats. Obviously, not a shot at Stephon Diggs, but it can be construed and manipulated as a shot at Stephon Diggs, and I'm sure that that's some bulletin board material for them. No, this will be very interesting. I think Laramie Tunsil is also banged up. I think he's questionable to maybe play in this one, but no Von Miller for the Bills. That's big. Their defense got exposed last week. Joe Mixon is also iffy for the Texans, so they might not even be able to get that run game going. So I don't know. This is going to be a tough one. Bounce back game from the Bills on one hand versus the pretty very good Texans offense going against a very banged up Bills defense. This will be a close one for me. As a Dolphins fan, I want the Texans to win. I want the Jets to lose. I want the Bills to lose. And if we win, it's just a little bit closer to maybe getting back, and maybe when Tua comes back, we have a chance. But I gotta stop thinking like that, maybe. But no, I'm very excited. This will be a very, very good game, regardless of outcome. These are two of the AFC powerhouses for this season, I believe. I think I'm leaning Texans, though. I think the Bills' defense, they kind of got kicked in the face it's so tough because having a one-dimensional, because that's the thing, the Texans haven't been able to run the ball whatsoever without Joe Mixon. And if that makes you one-dimensional, Sean McDermott is a good enough. I don't know. This is going to be a very good game. No real strong leans. I can confidently say that. Next game up here, AFC North divisional clash. Number 4 ranked Ravens versus the number 18 ranked Bengals. Ravens -2.5. Total set at 49.5. Some people might look at that line and that's a little crazy. The Bengals have lost to they're 1-3. They have not played good football at all. Their only win is against the Panthers this year. And then the Ravens on the other side coming off that huge win against the Ravens. But this Bengals offense can be contained, but it can't be stopped. Joe Burrow, Chase, Higgins, Moss, and Brown have also been very good running backs. It's a lot for any defense to handle. Even I do think the Ravens defense has taken a step back from last year, but they are still incredibly solid. Shout out to Kyle Van Noy also. He's been great. But this game goes one of two ways. Is the Ravens shut down their offense early, and then on their own side or with their own offense, they control the clock. They do what they do to the Bills. They run all over them, which is something that the Bengals have not been able to stop all year. But for the Ravens to win this game, it's all about time of possession, control the clock, and be able to get the stops on defense when it matters. And the Bengals just need to score. If the Bengals keep scoring and keep scoring, it'll force the Ravens to pass the ball, something that they haven't liked doing so far this season. Zay Flowers has been their only real consistent wide receiver. Mark Andrews has done nothing recently. Isaiah Likely is still the number 2 option, but they don't like passing the ball. They like running it with Derrick Henry. They like running it with Lamar Jackson and even Justice Hill. The Bengals just have to stop that. Haven't seen that at all, though. But there's a reason why this game is a little closer, at least lines anyways, but I don't think that the Ravens should have an issue running the ball. If Chuba Hubbard can get 100 yards against the Bengals, I think that Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson should also have very good games in this one. Definitely on the Ravens. But yeah, I do expect this to be a close one. They always are AFC North divisional battles, anyways. Next game up, the number 32 ranked Browns versus the number 11 ranked Commanders. Commanders -3, total set of 43.5. This is a very big test for Jaden Daniels here. While this Browns defense, actually, I won't even say has been like beaten up. They've been playing pretty good, but like not the Browns defense we saw from last year. But this is a very good test for them. Stop the run game. Stop Terry McLaurin. Let's see if Jaden Daniels can do it. This is Jaden Daniels' first real test, in my opinion, because right now the Commanders have more scoring drives than Jaden Daniels has incompletions so far in the season. That's absolutely insane. I hate picking it, but I think I'm on the Browns. I don't like doing it. I just think that their defense will be able to step up, and I think this Commanders defense just sucks. I don't know. I don't think that they're good. Dan Quinn schemed a great game against the Cardinals last week, but I'm sure that was a bit of a revenge game for Cliff Kingsbury too. I just don't think that they can do it 2 weeks in a row. Again, it all depends on if this really bad Browns offensive line right now and this really bad Deshaun Watson can play, again, top 20 QB football. That's all they have to do to win this one. The defense will be able to do this job, will be able to stop Jaden Daniels, I imagine. But no one has been able to do that yet, so what the fuck do I know? Keep going here. This is my worst matchup of the week. The number 30th ranked Raiders versus the number 29 ranked Broncos. Broncos -2.5, total set of 35.5. Yeah, this game's awful. I don't know what to really say. No Devontae Adams, obviously, for the Raiders. He is expected to be traded within the week, basically. Broncos on the other side. No run game. The passing game is just not there in general. Their defense has looked awesome. Their defense has looked great, and I'm sure that their defense will have another great game against this Raiders offense that we'll see what Gardner Minshew and Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers can do, but yeah, not a ton of hope really in this one. Won't be watching. I'm sure that Red Zone won't be watching. I mean, I guess if I have to pick, I'd probably pick the Broncos just because their defense is playing so well. But yeah, this game sucks. I don't know. It's not good. Not good. Next game up here, the number 19th ranked Cardinals going against the number 6 ranked 49ers. 49ers -7, total set of 49.5. The Cardinals got embarrassed last week. Simple as that. Like, really was not a good game. Their defense is also just, frankly, not good. They don't have any real young playmakers. I don't even think their first-round pick, Darius Robinson, is playing right now, which that sucks in general. But, yeah, the Cardinals, they won't be able to stop the Niners, really, from doing anything. Brock Purdy's been having a very good year. Maybe this is Ayuk's breakout game. I keep holding out hope for Ayuk. I really do. Yeah. I think that maybe this is the game for him. I don't know. Yeah. Niners should roll. Like, I don't think that the Cardinals' offense can keep up. Like, even though their offense has looked pretty good, James Conner has been an excellent ball carrier. Marv's been playing great, but the Niners are just simply in another class than them. But again, divisional matchups. things change, things happen very quickly, but the Niners should have this one fairly easily. Keep going. The number 25 ranked Giants versus my number 8 ranked Seahawks. Seahawks minus 6.5. Total set at 43.5. I think that the Seahawks should be getting a lot of their guys on defense back. That is big. That is unfortunate for the Giants. I believe Malik Neighbors is on track to be playing after leaving the game with a concussion. He better be playing, because if he is not, I don't know what the hell the Giants are going to do this entire time. But yeah, this is just another one where the Giants' defense is not good enough. Secondary is certainly not good enough to be able to stop DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, JSN, their 2 running backs. Like, the Seahawks just have dudes. They got guys. It's a very good roster, in my opinion. And the Giants just aren't. Like, I think that the Giants could I think that the Seahawks could absolutely crush them in this one. This could be a multi-score game. Yeah. Big on the Seahawks in this one anyways. We'll keep going here. The number 9 ranked Packers going against the number 21 ranked Rams. Packers minus 3. Total set of 48.5. This is kind of another one where no Cooper Kupp, no Puka Nacua. I don't think the Packers are going to have to do much to really figure out, stop Sean McVay again. But it's the Sean McVay, Matt Stafford factor, where if they just have one of those games, one of those moments, like, they can tear a team apart. It's as simple as that. But I don't know. The Packers have just looked very good. Jordan Love hasn't won a game this season so far, but I think he gets one here. They're the better team. They're the better playing team. The Rams' young defensive line has been playing well. Shout out to Jared Verse. I think he's top 5 in the league in pressures right now. He's been an absolute stud. But that whole young Rams defensive line has been very, very fun to watch. But no, I think the Packers are just going to be too much. Even without no Christian Watson, who they were missing Christian Watson for a lot of last year anyways. They got so many guys to throw the ball to. Doesn't matter. Big Tucker Kraft game, maybe, hoping for fantasy purposes. Yeah, I got to find someone to replace Aiden Hutchinson too. I want to make a 2-for-1 deal, but I don't think that anyone's budging right now, unfortunately. But we got a couple more games to talk about before I wrap it up here. Sunday Night Football. This is a bad game. Number 22 Cowboys versus the number 15 ranked Steelers. Steelers minus 2.5. Total set of 44.5. Steelers are going to win this one. The Cowboys suck. Like, the Cowboys, their offense is CeeDee Lamb. That is it. No Brandon Cooks in this one. They don't have a running game anyways. The Steelers' defense will be able to tee off, and they're going to play a good game regardless, because they always play well. And this Cowboys defense, no DeMarcus Lawrence, no Micah Parsons, no Deron Bland. I don't know what I expect them to do in this one. Not a lot, clearly. I don't know. I hope that this is the game where the Steelers realize that Najee Harris kind of sucks and they start using Jalen Warren. I'm still hanging on to Jalen Warren. I still think that he can be a good running back for them. He was the better running back for them last year, so still holding out a little bit of hope for him. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like this. Is again, Mike Tomlin got upset last week. Now they are at home, Sunday Night Football game, big moment. It just seems like a classic Tomlin win spot, and I do think that they will. Yeah. Cowboys don't have a chance. I don't know. Cowboys don't have a chance in this one. And then finally, Monday Night Football, number 13 ranked Saints versus the number 1 ranked Chiefs. Chiefs minus 5.5 total, set at 43.5. This is a tough one. That line is a little iffy to me. The Saints defense has been playing very, very well to start the season. So has the Chiefs defense, obviously. And now the Chiefs don't have Rashee Rice for this game.
And that means their wide receiver 1 is rookie Xavier Worthy. Good, not great. Juju Smith-Schuster, number 2. That's not good. Obviously, they still have Travis Kelce. Realistically, the receivers are better what they were working with at this point last year. At this point last year, Rashee Rice wasn't really into the mix at all with the offense. So I don't discount the Chiefs really like whatsoever. What I will discount a little bit is, I don't know, they just haven't looked good. They haven't looked good in general. The Saints defense has looked very good. Again, it's projected to be a low-scoring game anyways. Yeah, the Chiefs defense, it all relies on the Chiefs defense and whether or not they can stop Derek Carr. Not a crazy thing to really say, but yeah, this one will... Yeah, the Saints can't score more than 23 points to win this, and yeah. Saints score 20 or less, they lose. They score 20 or more, they win. I think that's the difference I'm making with this one. I feel pretty good about that, honestly. I do think this will be a closer game than people realize. That 5.5 is a little nuts for me at this moment, but maybe I like the Saints Monday Night Football. Who knows? But yeah, that does it for this preview. I forgot to mention, but we are officially on bye weeks. I know it's only week 5, but people are on bye weeks. No Lions, no Chargers, no Eagles, no Titans. They get a week to work out the kinks, get some guys back from injury. Yeah, I guess that'll do it. Do I have anything else to really add? I had a job interview today. I think it went very well. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I can just end it here. Happy Lucy was able to make her debut on the show, but yeah, that'll do it. If you've liked this, as always, please like, share, retweet, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and until next time, peace.